name is Nancy Wells. I've been singing since I was about 15. I started with a lady in Halifax who was a classically trained Juilliard graduate. And then I also got classically trained, and I sang in 2 choirs, and I also had a love of musical theater. I've done a lot of singing throughout the years, both in Halifax and around the country. I sang in community theaters in Calgary, Victoria, and Nova Scotia. I was at the Chippewa Showboat Company. For a couple of summers I did shows there, and then I had the great pleasure of doing Godspell at the Chester Playhouse. Because we were living in Halifax and coming here for the summers, most of our energies were spent sailing, swimming, going to swimming lessons, going to beaches, hanging out, and not necessarily going to the theater because that was something we did in the wintertime. I don't have a lot of memories in my childhood. My first real memory was when it reopened again after it shut down for about 10 years, I think. And then it was reopened as the Chester Playhouse. I do remember going to some plays at that point. My father and I and my stepmother would go to plays and enjoy them immensely. But I was a very active single parent at that time and working full time and doing lots of things in the city, so getting away to the country wasn't a constant. When I did finally come, it was to do a play, because I had done Godspell with a group of singers in Halifax. We were doing fundraising for the hospital in Halifax with Bethany Chorale. I sang with a group, and I was grateful that I had done Godspell at the James Dunn Theatre, and Nancy Marshall had done a couple of plays at the Chester Playhouse. And so she said, "Why don't we do Godspell there?" And for me, that was awesome, because I could bring a play from my world in Halifax to my country summer home, and also enjoy all of my family and friends that didn't even know I was doing that, to come and see my other side. And so nobody knew about that side of me, but there it was, and there I was, and Godspell was just a lot of fun, and Nancy Marshall was an amazing director. The reviews were incredible, and almost everybody said, "Wow, I don't think I could see a play like that even in New York City." I mean, the voices were spectacular. I was privileged to be singing with a lot of incredible, great talent in that cast. And the music was just vibrant and fun, and Nancy Marshall's production of Godspell was not dark. It was very upbeat and very light and very, very 70s. So there was a lot of color, there was a lot of vibrancy, there was a lot of fun, and it kind of took after the movie version, but it was different in its own way. We did, rap and beat and all sorts of weird. It had modernized it a bit to be the 80s, and so it was really fun to do, and the production was fun, and we laughed a lot, and so I think people went away feeling very uplifted. I'm very excited about the renovations for the Playhouse. I'm excited about another generation learning to do plays and productions. I like the mix now that the Playhouse is adding with songs, drama, not musical theater, but also bringing in singers and singer-songwriters and the local artists. And so I'm really appreciative of the fact that the Playhouse is continuing to offer such quality productions.